So I'm gonna get this piece of cardboard and cut it. I think it's still taped together. It could be a really big box, so I was going to use some of these pieces, but I need a few big boxes, and I've got a few boxes already planned out. I got this for the screws. I'm gonna be able to stick some tape on here and put the screws into a pattern so that, and it's going to be sorted. I've got the screws in the plastic tray right here, and basically I'm gonna tape screws from the screw locations on the motherboard and stuff. So I've got that stuff. There's actually a keyboard, but so I've got this piece right here and some outer screws and then some inner screws. So I'm gonna be putting a piece of tape. YouTube. So I got all the screws sorted out. Mostly I'm gonna be painting them. And then I've got the mother or the laptop open. I'm gonna be spray painting this system, and then I've got basically a pizza box or these screws onto the tape. So I'm gonna roll out a few more pieces of tape and show you guys kind of, and then these other screws are from the outside, and so I'm gonna roll out. There's going to be quite a few, but I could probably just have three pieces of tape. So there's one, there's the second row, and probably gonna spray these. Don't lose any screws or anything, so I'm gonna try to find a comfortable spot and basically take a little bit of time and put these onto the sticky tape. Basically be able to try to spray paint it before the day's finished. The situation is, basically I'm trying to keep things by groups. So this was the top right, and then now the middle top and the left top, and I'm just trying to keep these by groups. So there's the middle top group. So when I spray paint them, there's also like the blue Loctite. So this is kind of like the first time, and I have some tweezers if I needed them, but so far just by holding the screw, hopefully. And I'm going to make a little bit of brush paint also for the underside of the screws. So things will, so there were only three, and these aren't like perfectly organized or anything, but there's other types of screws. I just put them, so that was just the top left right there. So these aren't totally like organized, but it's it's pretty much going to help during the assembly, that I have a sense of shorts and the long screws things. I think I should have did the middle group first. The middle of the PC tends to have a lot of more screws, and you kind of see there's a more tape available if I ever run out. So another kind of like the middle group. Well, this small screw is actually for a different computer, so pretty sure or maybe it's the hard drive. I'm not 100% sure. I'm probably gonna move that once. Well, no, it should be all right. But other random screws, and I found another screw right here for the. So sometimes it's, So I'm just trying to get this finished up. Welcome to Upside DIY. So I finished spray painting these screws. So I had it kind of in the corner, and I spray painted like bike and skateboard parts in a different box, but same thing. Tape things up and indoor basically. Open the door for fresh air, and then do one side, and then once the overspray calms down, I turn it to the other side and spray paint, and then just really want to show off some of the spray box. I'm actually going to put these screws. I put a piece of cardboard inside of this plastic piece, and then it gives it a little firmness, and then it's not perfect or anything. I still see some blue thread locker, or some remnants of it, but basically, yeah, I can probably, I got to open the door again and stuff like that, but I can get it ready for painting, just a little bit more, just to, and then I put back, but this one I taped, I use tape to keep these in groups, because some is for certain sections or parts of the computer where it's going to be a lot easier to find the right screws compared to just having them all sorted out the same size and it not working. That gets really frustrating. So I'm actually going to try to spray this. I sprayed it from the front and back, but then so I could just the delicate stuff first. I'm gonna wear some headlights, and basically put these screws basically back. You could also put it on top of the lid up here. There are going to be 7 screws that are going to be a little bit they're still sorted out, but there's 3 on one side there for the inside. So let's go ahead and try to pick off some of these screws at the bottom right, bottom middle, bottom left, middle right, stuff like that. So there's the first few screws. Some of the paint didn't fully, like, it was kind of thick. It was like a 4th coat thickness, but I think these tweezers are working pretty good. I guess some of these are still really sticky and stuff. I could even try to use some paint thinner, I think, when I'm touching up, or after I install it, I could kind of have this stuff reused, like all the extra. Actually, there's actually tape stuck onto some of this stuff. So, all right. So you can see there's some wet paint still, but now I'm back to kind of normal. I'm gonna let this stuff finish drying, and then just keeping it in this box for a while. Let it dry overnight while I work on the taping up. Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of doing this a little bit, and then cutting a couple of pieces of paper using tape, paper, some paper, and tape. Wires is gonna. I also detailed the. So first I disinfected the board and the pieces with peroxide and rubbing alcohol, and then I went ahead, and then I have the rubbing alcohol, and then this detail brush, this toothbrush. I'm just peeling off the stickers. This really works pretty good. Like, this corner still has a little bit, So I would, put some rubbing alcohol on that area, and then I could use either also a hard, a Q-tip that I basically dipped in glue prior, and I could just kind of rub it or use my fingernail. And then I've got small rags just in case. Uh, so I just kind of sprayed it. I didn't, when it dries, you could really see some more, but sprayed it and used the toothbrush and kind of gets that off. Doubt I could even spray paint it right now. Just on one side, and then try to rotate the box to the next side. On spray paint, I also hold a flashlight in one hand to kind of double check and see, and also like having most of the flaps to close. This has a little bit of yeah, kind of like try to spray paint it. So just having it like this at first is good. I want to try to be careful, but press down everything right before I spray paint, making sure, and getting most of the heavy stuff out of the way. So let's go ahead and try to spray paint this, and then I'm going to work on the other one, and I want to try to do it all in one coat. And so I basically have gloves, the doors opened, and getting ready to spray paint it. Alright, so basically I did, well, I was able to slide it, but the can started to run out of paint, or I couldn't really like spray paint it like downward, so I had to hold the box up, and then kind of did one side, and then this aerosol is starting to rise up a little bit. So basically was able to slide it to one side, and then to the other side. So it's still kind of misty a little bit, but the thing is, yeah, and it's basically an average spray. The issue is, the limited amount of space and the technique that I was using with this box. Most of the finish, that just whatever might be loose, I could add a rolled up tape. There's folding, there's wrapping, there's also the edge of this box, like I could slide it and then actually add roll tape underneath and then fold the paper, and the same thing. So what I'm going to try to do is move this kind of on top of here, and then look into this box to kind of see how things, and basically it's basically painted. Oh, I didn't even like look at that connector. Oh man, so I'm gonna have to clean that connector off. So yeah, it's really a basic spray. The thing is, I didn't even like check the foam pads, but that connector and speaker, I'm gonna have to just clean the tip all, just recover any issues. The thing is, this, and I didn't fully wrap, and maybe some of the newspaper, just came undone and stuff, but the paint's still going to have to dry. It's really generic paint and stuff. I would actually, I'm going to probably rec let this dry, and then probably paint it one more time. It does a lot for just just a small channel and things, and just clarifying, and some of the problems aren't really that bad. It's just it's just like, just what I had to go through with the can running out a little bit, getting the right angle